Greetings demons and welcome to a Rocket League discussion video. So, as I'm sure many of you are already well aware, we recently had a pretty big deal update for Rocket League, which made it so that all DLC, regardless of whether it was bought before or after the move to free-to-play, is actually going to be cross-compatible or, cross-progression in some ways. So that basically means that if, like me, you bought the DC packs, the Batmobiles, anything like that, on Xbox, for example, you would actually be able to use them on the PlayStation account, or the PC, or even the Switch. Essentially, if you own it on one platform, you own it on all platforms, which is something that, prior to this update, you couldn't do. So, I for one, before the move to free-to-play, had bought a decent amount of DLC for Rocket League. I had the Batmobiles, I had a few of the other licensed cars, I had the McLaren, which is one of my favourite car brands, so I had to get it, and it was kind of annoying that I couldn't use them when I moved to PC, because obviously I'd bought them all over on Xbox, and at that point the licensed items weren't transferring over. Now, since then, I have kind of made up for that with the other DLC that's come out since the free-to-play move. But at the same time, I've always missed not having things like the Batmobile, as it was something that I did actually run quite a lot. The same thing goes for a lot of the other game cars, which I did run pretty regularly. Things like the Warthog are still not cross-compatible, just because they're exclusive to the platform being Xbox. But I can kind of live without having things like the Warthog, as long as I get the actual paid DLC that I had. Because at the end of the day, the Warthog is free for all Xbox users, just as the other vehicles like the Samus car and stuff like that are exclusive to their platforms. I don't have an issue with that. It's a bit weird that that's the case still, but I can deal with it, and it doesn't really affect me on the day-to-day. But I just generally think it's a really good move that not only is Rocket League now free to play, meaning that anyone can check it out, but it's cross-compatible in every way. So if at some point you have ever played it on a different platform, as long as that platform is linked to your Epic, you have complete, collections of anything that you actually had on that platform. I'm really excited to try out the Batmobile again. In fact, I haven't recorded the gameplay yet, but I assume it probably will be from me using the Batmobile for the first time in probably a year now. It's going to be a fun experience, returning to all these old cars that I just haven't been able to touch because I haven't been on Xbox. And I think it's a really good move, and I hope that they stick with stuff like this. It's so rare that games that become cross-compatible actually, give you the full cross-progression of previous items. A lot of the time, Fortnite is an exception to this because they actually allowed the merging of accounts, but the account is very important, and a lot of the time you don't get a chance to necessarily connect or combine accounts that you play on to be able to actually collect all your stuff together into one place. And I'm so glad that through Epic, essentially, Rocket League has once again allowed for us to actually do that. So I think that's going to be it for this video. Just a quick little yay, we've finally got it sort of thing. And I'm going to go play some Rocket League. So I'll see you next video, guys. Like, subscribe, all that jazz, and I'll see you next time. Bye!
Lunar rainbow flag, happy pride, rabbit with facts. Streamer, let's play. They them out like dinosaurs. FNAFN, control. Not the leader of a cult. Rabbit with sax. It's Lunar.